Okay, Rajni ma'am, you can start now.
Yes, sir.
All has entered.
Okay. Okay. Good evening to one and all, and a very warm welcome to our panel discussion entitled IIT ISEM at 2026 March Towards Innovation. Before we move on to, in a focused way, we move on to the panel discussion. I just want to know, how are my students doing? How are you all? Are you all doing fine? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Actually, these months in many ways have been months of silence for us, and the experiences that we are having is very difficult to describe. And amidst this crisis, we have really missed you a lot. And believe me, students, our campus streets have turned half deserted in your absence. We really miss you a lot. But today we are online and going to be in conversation with you after a long gap. And it's indeed a happy sign for all of us to be here. Now coming to this panel discussion of ours, which is on IIT ISEM at 2026 March Towards Innovation. The idea behind conducting this panel discussion was to establish a dialogue and collaboration with you, as IIT ISEM believes that your collaboration, I mean the students' community collaboration, is very important for us. Your opinions matter to us the most. So we want to collaborate with you through dialogue and through practice as well. Now, let me quickly introduce the members on the panel. On the panel, we have Sanchit Kumar, Kumar Rishik, Anjali, Rushikesh Wagh, Abhinav Raj, Akshay Jain, Simran Kashyap, Aryan Rajdan, Preet Kothari, Niharika and Niharika Rawat. On the other side of the panel, we have our Director, Sir, Professor Rajiv Shekhar, Professor Pankaj Mishra, Associate Dean Innovation, Professor Ajit Kumar, and the extended team of the Innovation Cell. We have also set a panel of special invitees, and I prefer calling them a panel of special invitees because they are all young enthusiasts who are passionate about exchanging ideas for innovation. And out of those many 10,000 students, these are the ones who took all the pains to fill up the form and to be a part of this panel discussion. So I congratulate all of you, the panelists, as well as the special invitees, to be a part of this discussion. Shall I begin now? To begin with the main idea of marching towards innovation. The first question that I have to my dear students is, what motivated you to join this forum? I mean, why? You see, because, you know, out of so many students, you were the ones who promptly responded to our appeal to participate in this discussion. So what motivated? What was that, you know, that factor which key reason which compelled you to be a part of this discussion? Can we take some quick responses? Yes, Siddharth.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I basically joined this college on a verge of entering into a science field. I chose my field by choice, not by rank. And I've always wanted to be towards innovative side. But after coming to college, the zeal slightly got diluted because of other activities in the college, and there was not much opportunity for us. So I thought this is the first time I have a chance to be a part of something that might be towards my career goals.
Great.
So that
Great.
is the reason.
What about you, Sanchit?
So
Sanchit?
hi everyone, this is Sanchit. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi everyone, this is Sanchit. So a few days ago, I got, so currently I'm actually working in establishing my startup, and few days ago, I got my seed funding of $1 million for my startup from a alumni.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. But the question arose while talking to him that if I am able to prove my concept, if I am able to give the proof of concept for my startup in the industry, then only the investment would be there. So I think that the Naresh Vashisth Center of Innovation would actually help me to get the proof of concept. The alumni of ISM would actually help me to get the proof of concept. I'm in the patent stage of my technology in association with ISRO. So I think that it might be a chance for me to get use the 92 years ISM to get into this.
Fantastic. What about you, Niharika? What compelled you to join this session? Niharika?
First of all, about all the activities for innovation and entrepreneurship that have been going in the institute, I wanted to provide feedback for all of that. Also, I wanted to know from the faculty members and the administration that as we are approaching towards the centenary year, how can we as students contribute towards it? Towards the future.
Rightly stated, yes.
And also, I wanted to share some of my ideas.
Okay, wonderful. You see, higher education and innovation are viewed synonymous to each other. So why should innovation, listen to the question carefully, why should innovation be important for any institute of higher education? And why innovation should be important for IIT ISM Dhanbad? Anyone can step in from the students panel? Yes.
Why it is important for IIT ISM, I would like to answer this question first. So recently, a global entrepreneurs meet of IIT ISM was held through LinkedIn, and around 120 participants participated, ranging from 2000 alumni to the alumni from 2000, 2005, etc. After getting to know about them, I feel that in our country, India, as a 92 years old institution, we don't have a unicorn startup till now. Okay. We are having startups which are really performing good, starting from M Caffeine to Rubik Computing to etc. like Login Radius in USA, etc. Many are there. But why not that unicorn startup is there from our institution? Why it is there from IIT Delhi or IIT Kanpur or IIM Ahmedabad's IIT?
Yes, yes.
So there needs to be a channel that through which we can get to know more about the alumni who are working as an entrepreneur, and how we can actually shape ourselves to get into that field.
Yes, yes, I fully agree. Can we take some more views from the other members?
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Ma'am, this is Arya Razdan. I'd like to add my views. I have been working in the Student Alumni and International Relations Cell for the past 2 years. And working in the body, it allowed me to have a close view of the functioning of the institute and the relations maintained with our alumni. So the setting up of Naresh Vashisth Center for Innovation and Tinkering, it was a huge step for the development of an innovation cell in the college. So I wanted to contribute my ideas and my views so that we can successfully move towards making IIT ISM one of the best institutes of the country and getting a global recognition.
What a lovely dream you have, and we really, if we work together, we'll be able to accomplish those dreams. Now that somebody just pointed out that we are very close to our centenary celebrations, and we are marching ahead with a great zeal to take our institute to much greater heights. How do you look at IIT ISM today and in 2026 and thereafter, today and tomorrow? Yes, Siddharth? Who would like to respond to this? How do you look at your institute today in terms of research, in terms of the facilities, the lab facilities in terms of the spaces for innovation, and what are your and how do you look at your institute, let's say 5 years from now?
Ma'am, I would like to answer this. Hello.
Yes, please continue.
Okay, so this is Akshay, ma'am. On this note, ma'am, I would pinpoint the current situation of our institute. I have been in this institute for last 2 years and have seen many changes. Though we didn't have so much innovation going on in our college, and we actually don't have the knowledge what's actually going on, because there was no branding cell set up in our institute. But recently, I would say that it has improved, because we saw in this COVID scenario, we invented a number of devices which was continuously shared by our college newsletter. So yeah, we have grown, but still we lack some innovation, which I would like to see in 2026, that at least what's going on campus is accessible by us. Like if I want to contribute to something, I could just raise up and add up to that team. So yeah,
so a lot of things are changing, and changing for the good, so that's a lovely sign. You see, a lab is innovations play work spaces to stimulate innovation, combining science and technology. It is a place where you can experiment with certain things, learn and develop and conceptualize different scientific ideas, thoughts. And you would be happy to know about our this Naresh Vasisht Center for Tinkering and Innovation. It's in its final stage of completion, and we presume that once you're back on the campus, you'll be able to avail the facilities of the lab. Now, when you talk of a tinkering lab on an IIT campus, what are the things that instantly come to your mind? Like, what are your first impressions about a tinkering lab? Definitely, you must have had friends. You must be having friends in different IITs. So when you exchange your thoughts on labs and the other facilities of those institutes, I mean, how do you compare ours with them? And what are your expectations? What all, I mean, what do you really, I mean, feel that, you know, even our institute should be having these, you know, things on our campus, so that the very idea of innovation and creativity is, you know, well facilitated. Yes. Can we take some responses on this? Did you get my question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
I like to answer.
Yes.
My name is Rishikesh
tell
Wagh.
us your name. Yes. Yes.
My name is Rishikesh Wagh.
Okay, Rishikesh.
So basically, to now current scenario, it is like everyone is limited to professional requirements of the job rather than having an innovative approach. So like all the when we will have to when we will have a very developed tinkering lab, there will be some experiments where we can learn, develop, conceptualize different things, scientific ideas, and the main motto will be like that approach towards something. It will really have a firm assistance towards our goals. And also, like I had participated in the Smart India Hackathon recently in 2020 itself. So basically, my model was on a simple model of connecting rod. But I had a very nice presentation and everything. Just I was in the final round. I was not able to make a prototype, for which I needed a 3D printer and CNC machine. So now I believe that having a tinkering lab and everything under one lab, where I will get to access many more equipments and facilities, I will be able to make something new out of them all.
Right. So our students are full of creativity.
I would like to
and they already. Yes. Is this something?
Hello everyone. Yes, ma'am. I would like to add a point there also in the for the same question further.
Yes.
Hi everyone. I am Preet Kothari. As an engineering student, each one of us thinks to experiment and learn practically better. We don't like classes as much, but we do like to implement what we learn in the class.
So theory and practice, both are important.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. as a student in an engineering field, we always like to experiment and learn things happening. We try to visualize what is being happening right now, but we cannot. By the development of the tinkering lab in our college, it would really help students to visualize and conceptualize their ideas, as pointed out earlier. And when I talk to my friends from other IITs and all, I hear that they have been working on this project and that project. The main factor in their projects is that they know how, where to go, where to implement, where to head when
so they're clear with, yes, from where they can be aided, from where they can get help, right?
Ma'am, let me just add a point here.
Right.
Good evening, everyone. Anyone was talking about the mechanistic troubles, and I think everyone pointed out things like we do not have a particular system structure, and this is why we are not able to do things. And when you told that we are setting up a unit for incubation or for innovation, I think that the important point is to focus on the fact that the culture that exists, that is the passive and non-dynamic career culture. You need to understand that in spite of the fact you set up infinite number of institutions or committees in order to incubate or in order to give ideas for innovation, you need to understand that the culture that exists in the college is about people choosing to be less experimental and more secure when it comes to their career choices. You can just draw a parallel from the middle class mindset, because here people are trying to secure a job or a more secure career choice in order to just and this is what makes them non-experimental. I would like just, and it can be another point is that it can be clearly understood by the fact that we have become a part of this, you can say that, a supply chain mechanism. Everyone is just trying to feed onto the supply or the demands that is in the market, and this is why you cannot just explore more, or you cannot talk about innovation, because you are more concentrated about securing a job or just securing a proper life.
Correct. Got your point.
Yes. Yeah, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am,
yes.
I would like to just join with Rishik. What Rishik exactly said is actually true. The problem is not with the availability of the aid or supply, but the problem is with the culture that we are currently having in our college. And as he said, it's like a supply chain mechanism. Everyone is opting for a secure path rather than an experimental. I would like to give a small solution. No, I think I have a small solution, ma'am. Ma'am, basically we opt for going for a secure job because that is what is giving importance to students in the college. If a person is getting placed, that person gets a lot of importance in the college, or he gets he will be everywhere in the college. He gets some name in the college, but the name is the basic thing that truly guides us. So what I suggest is even for
so somewhere both the last speakers focus on the culture, prevailing culture, which is less experimental or non-experimental, and there's more thrust on security, job security and other things. So here, I think since we have already set the tone for the discussion, I request our director, sir, to step in and give his first impressions on the theme of today's discussion, and whatever views the students have given on, and to give his views on whatever the students have talked till now. Sir.
Director sir is not there, I suppose, ma'am.
Sir is not there?
Yeah.
No, he's not available. No, sir is there. Sir is there.
He is not visible.
Maybe for the time being.
Yeah. Ma'am, one more thing. We are left with 5 minutes. So all are requested to rejoin after the session will end, because we are having a time limit for this particular session. So we are left with only 5 minutes.
Dheeraj sir is also there.
Okay. So if Dheeraj sir is there, I would request Dheeraj sir, Dean IRA, to Professor Dheeraj Kumar, Dean IRA, to brief us about the NVCTI and also tell us something about the man who has gifted us the center and his valuable, contribution to this, fantastic infrastructure.
Madam, I'll take another 5 to 10 minutes. I have a meeting going on, and then just after the meeting.
Director sir has came, ma'am. Director sir has came.
Okay.
Director sir is also in the meeting. He is just conducting a meeting, and he will also take another 5 to 10 minutes time.
No problem.
Okay.
So after 10 minutes, I'll come back, and then I'll just have my views on the Naresh Vasisht Center.
Sure.
So, okay, in the meantime.
So meanwhile, Pankaj sir, should we take a break? What do you say?
Yeah, we can take a break because it's 4 minutes left only.
So we can continue. I can tell this something about the.
Okay. So I request Professor Mishra, Associate Dean Innovation, to shed some light about the functioning of the innovation cell, functioning of the innovation cell alongside the NVCTI, Naresh Vasisht Center for Tinkering and Innovation.
So I have 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Okay.
Right.
Right. So it's a very tight schedule. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to this first session of the series, which we name the Dialogue. Now, the series has been conceptualized to initiate a constructive dialogue with the students with an objective to understand their perspective and to churn ideas for creating an exciting. It has been deeply realized over the years that a significant portion of our students at IIT Islamabad are not sufficiently hands-on with objects and things of everyday life in comparison to their peers, not only from the developed countries, but also from older IITs. Now, the absence of this crucial ingredient often slows down the pace of technology-based innovations. Now, in an endeavor to bridging this gap, we have now established this Naresh Vasisht Center for Tinkering and Innovation, NVCTI, with a generous donation of our illustrious alumni, Sri Naresh Vasisht ji. Now, the broad objective of the center is to provide opportunity and facilities to our students and empower them with core futuristic skills, namely complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, teamwork, and emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientations, negotiations, and cognitive flexibility. So these are some of the core values which we would like to inculcate through this center. Now, the center envisions to achieve these objectives by encouraging and motivating students to indulge them in exciting, cutting-edge, innovative ideas in sync with the global scenario where future work skills are increasingly being considered as an important skill. Now, to transform ideas into product, we are setting up a state-of-the-art workspace with 5 units: mechanical tool and rapid prototyping unit, gaming and animation design unit, electronic circuit and IoT unit, pouch battery cell assembly unit, and robotic and automation units. So these are the 4 well-equipped labs are going to be set up in the CRE building 2nd floor, just behind our health center. Now here, young minds can learn innovation skills and sculpt ideas through hands-on, with the walk-in with an idea and walk out with the product model. Now, in the spirit, our lab is going to be a tinkering lab. Now, for us, tinkering means trying things out and to develop a let's try something new approach. So that is the core sole idea behind this. But for us, the kind of tinkering expected at our center lab will be more focused in nature and purpose. It promises to be a collective act of various processes, that is identifying a problem, looking for a solution by thinking out of the box, over and above the conventional and popular streams, conceptualizing the ideas, making it on one's own, and then using technology to give shape to it and create a new entity which may be local and global in nature. So that is the objective. Now, to steer the activities of the center, we are creating an innovation council having 3 components: student innovation cell, faculty innovation cell, and there will be invited members from the industries. Now, you have already seen that we have advertised, we have invited applications for Student Innovation Cell with 5 members which are going to play a very, very important role in steering the. Yes, I actually I was telling about the objectives and the core ideas behind the center, and then I was talking about the teams which we are in the process of creating to run the activities of the center. So I was telling them about that we are creating a student innovation cell having 5 members, and they can come out with their own team. So in the advertisement which we have shared with everyone, the responsibilities of each and every coordinator is clear. Some of them, I think people were not very clear, like MIC coordinator, what an MIC coordinator is going to do. Now, everybody should know that MIC is MHRD Innovation Cell. So we are part of the MHRD Innovation Cell, and they have their own calendar of events, and we have been instructed to conduct those activities at our center. So the MIC activity coordinator is going to play a very important role in organizing those events which are coming directly from MHRD. Okay, so that is one of the important. And then the event coordinator is going to conceptualize and to make a calendar and to coordinate with the students to execute the events throughout the year. So this is something which is going to be very important. So the role of student innovation cell is going to be very important. And there will be a team of faculty members to guide them, to help them in order to dealing with day-to-day activities of the innovation cell. Now, in addition to this this particular part of the center, we are going to have a separate team of highly motivated, sincere students to manage the day-to-day activities of the lab, actually. So the lab is one where students will come and perform experiments and try different things. So in order to manage the day-to-day activities, in order to maintain the things and maintain the order, and I should say that to deal with the timing and to assess of the instruments, all those kind of things are going to be done by the students, because the center is going to be a student-driven center. And that's why we will very soon we will advertise for a separate team who will manage the day-to-day activities of the lab, starting from the policy to handling and optimization of the lab facilities for various projects undertaken by the students. So it is clear that the role of SIC and the team managing the lab facilities are closely connected. A great innovative ecosystem which will be created with the efforts of the team of SIC will lead to great ideas which can then be taken into the lab for product development. It is going to be a landmark change in the whole learning system within the institute. And so I invite all the students, okay, to come forward and help us build this together. So that is the message I wanted to give. Thank you very much.
Okay, if we have some query or some questions from the special invitees, we can take their questions, or some doubts or some thoughts.
Ma'am, I am having a few suggestions that we can inculcate, and I am thinking that what we can do as an institution, that how we can actually compete with the other colleges, other tinkering labs present in our country. May I?
May I know your name? May I know your name?
Sanchit.
Okay, Sanchit.
So currently I'm working for my idea, and while I'm also participating in the competition in the global finals of the KPMG Ideation Challenge, competing with 20 other countries. So what I got to know more about from the other countries is that they focus not only on the topics like AI, machine learning. These are some very fancy words that are going in our country or in our student section, that these are the things that we need to focus on. But I think that whatever is your idea, whatever is your product, if it is scalable, you need a business model that should be built upon that. And we don't need any other Uber related idea or other AI or BNB related idea. Just play it with your strength, whatever it is, whether for me it is mining, for someone it is mineral, for someone it is petroleum. Play it with that, use the earth sciences sector where we can actually bring many changes that is needed. Second, as in from the faculty side, what I think is that a case study should be something that should be encouraged, because that problem solving ability in the students needs to be present, needs to be developed. That ISM is lacking. We don't need some student council who is going to manage that or not. That can be done from anyone. We don't need managers, we need leaders. That needs to be developed in our institution. Talking about some IdeaPad, the Center of Innovation and Incubation of IIM Ahmedabad, talking about them, they have a well captured mechanism to bring on the angel investors or have VCs for the institution. What we are doing currently in the institution is that the CIA is providing a nominal money for the startup, taking up the 3% stake. I don't know why it has been taken. That's a question that needs to be answered next. But that needs to be changed in our institution. Faculty should also promote many other things, like we don't need a boasting about making a website. And any institution, student can make a website, design a website, develop a website. We want some product that really needs to be changed. We are not in the IIT to get a job or anything. We know, abhi tak kiya hai, kar lenge, we will get the job. But our idea should be present that yes, we can actually do this, and the promotion from the faculties is what I think is necessary. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, wonderful. So I really like, your ideas, the way you talked about one should play with one's strength, and then there should be more like case studies should be brought so that the students get a first-hand experience on problem solving, and then they develop their abilities on it. And we don't need managers, we need leaders. Yes, just let me just finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We don't need managers, we need leaders. Of course, I believe that, our students are not going to be just managers. They have the instinct of a leader, and then they are going to lead the institute tomorrow, definitely. When you talk about, like you talked about, why should we have an advertisement on for website development and other things? Okay, our students can do it. Now the point is, you see, somewhere, we are also very high sounding. The idea is that, we make promises, but then the sense of commitment that is needed from the students' end is also missing. So what do you have to say on that? Because at times, when we have to collaborate with our students on certain projects or something, it's really a painstaking task to get the work done from them. So why this, when you talk of the culture, less experimental and more secure, or non-experimental and more secure, what I feel is that, we want you to get into experiments, but then somewhere, the focus of the students is diverted towards something else. So can you just say, can you just comment on this?
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to quote one of our Professor S.S. Rai sir from the mining engineering department. While I was going for the competition, he said me one thing, that B schools would be participating in that. ISB, IIM Calcutta, IIM Bangalore would be participating. And there, B students can't make them defeat by playing with numbers of business. They are studying that. They will be very much more involved in this business part more than us. What we should focus is that the technology that we are having, make the others that so much redundant from your technology that they can't question us. So yes, I accept that the student in ISM students are not very much focused on making some technology or anything. I would accept that we are in that Matiao culture and whatever I say. But I think that this ISM is changing. Students are, I think, more exposure should be given to different competitions like Hult Prize, as the whole CII or the Naresh Vashish Tinkering Lab could participate in the Hult Prize, or in various other B-plan competition by various consulting firm, whether it would be PwC or ENY or anything. Many competitions are there. So we need to like promote that rather than anything else, so that yes, we can do that.
So moving on with that positive note, my next question is that the Tinkering Lab is built on the idea to do it yourself, and the Naresh Vashisht Center for Tinkering and Innovation would provide you with the educational kits and equipment to toy with the ideas. How important it is to tinker and toy with ideas, and why should students get more involved with this? I mean, why this hands-on training, or this tinkering is important?
Ma'am, I'd like to answer the question.
On this.
Okay, one by one we can take up. Yes.
Ma'am, thank you. Ma'am, I'd like to add that one of the most important things that is important for promoting innovation and how students shall be able to take part in the Tinkering Lab is active learning. We learn the knowledge, but more important than learning the knowledge, the equally important part is having a practical glimpse of what the output would be. I'd like to cite an example. A few years ago, I had an opportunity of going to MIT. So there I attended a robotics workshop. So they had their programmed robots and all, but what I was able to do, I was not just explicitly asked to code. When I coded the robots, I was able to see them function. That if I code this thing, it would move like this. And it actually helped me. It generated my interest in learning the procedure. If I just tell somebody that doing machine learning or doing Python, I'll be able to do this, I don't think the person would be that much interested if I show him a practical model of the thing working. So I think Tinkering Lab supports us there.
Okay.
That is the idea actually.
Hello, myself Animesh Shukla, and currently I'm working with our college alumni on a startup, and in which we are easing B2B business. Basically, we're working on a tech solution. And ma'am, I would like to answer two things. First, but the point you mentioned that our students are not committed to the idea or the work which is required. So I would like to say that this thing would be incorporated when the student will get opportunity to get involved in certain stuffs. The lifestyle we are living, in which we are not getting much opportunities, we can prove ourselves. Like we have college activities, and which is just incorporated in college only. When this Tinkering Labs and when CIA is like advancing very much, students will be getting more opportunities to be collected to alumni, and more projects will coming to the institute. So this will give opportunity, and that will give the sound interest to the student that we should stick to it, and on ground we should make the solution happen. For example, now in this startup, I'm working with our seniors. So we are currently I'm working on marketing.
What are you working on?
We are connecting to sellers. Ma'am, basically what we're doing, like in easy word, I want to say that for like Zomato and Swiggy are for restaurants. So we have started a Kharidari, which is a company, and which it will be easing B2C customer service, like all groceries and everything you need on daily basis. You will be getting delivered to your home within 30 minutes. So we are using technologies and algorithms which can map every customer in city to the nearest location, and within 30 minutes whole transaction could be completed. So we have a nice idea, a nice tech idea of that thing, but when we implemented that thing on ground, we are facing much challenges every day. So we get 16,000 thoughts every day, but any single thought which we start implementing on ground level, single thought has much difficulties which we have to cover up. So when we get this tinkering lab, we can use many ideas to project it, to experiment it, and to see in real life either idea is good on ground level, or we have to change it, or we have to suggest more things. So tinkering lab will help us this thing, that we'll be getting ground experience.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to just add one more point, and that regarding the tinkering, why tinkering lab, not just any other ordinary lab. I just want to quote that actually in whatever the innovations or science developments that we actually achieved never actually directly came out of books. They were somehow related to some accidental discovery in an experiment, or a scientist trying to do something else but found something else, or whatever is, it's not directly from a book. What I want to quote is the point tinkering directly states that if we are trying to do something, we might achieve something, not the thing that we are trying. We might face new problems for which we will find new solutions. The main important point is we should try. So I think that this tinkering lab will give us an opportunity to try whatever we wanted to try, and we might find something new as time passes.
Okay. Pankaj sir, I would like to come back to you. Now the idea is that the students should experiment. They should try their hands on certain things. Whether success comes to them or not, that is something immaterial. Right. Now the point is that those who succeed, definitely they'll be funded further, and they'll be able to they'll be helped to develop the prototype. Also, all sort of facilities will be provided to them. But what about those who fail? So are we going to give them some sort of incentives or something so that we develop a positive risk-taking environment in the campus in terms of innovation?
So in terms of incentives, the point is that everybody is going to get a chance to work in the lab, and we will not demand success. The failure is equally welcome. So if everybody is ready to try their ideas, as one of our participants told us that she was able to sit down a computer and write a particular line of code, and they can directly see what the response is. Now suppose someone is coming in the lab with a definite idea that I'm going to this and I will come out with this, and the idea doesn't work. So it doesn't mean that we are not going to encourage them. So the point is that the incentive is that the ideas are welcome. The incentive is that they will get the idea tested without any cost. They can come to the lab and they can work on the instruments, and they can realize whether their idea is going to work or not. Okay, so that is how they will. We are trying them to learn actually. So in terms of facilities, they will get state-of-art instrumentations, equipments will be there, and then the consumables will also be available up to certain extent, so the students will not face any problem as far as day-to-day experimentation is concerned. So they can just inform the center, and they can come to the center, and that is their incentive. If they in that process, if they create something new, they learn something that new, that what are their mistakes, what is the lacuna in their ideas, and they can improve over that. Then that is something which will be good.
Yes.
Ma'am,
okay, Ajit sir, can we? Okay.
And Niharika wants to say something, ma'am, I suppose.
Okay.
She has raised
yes,
his
Niharika.
Ma'am, in accordance to what you asked to Professor Pankaj, I would like to suggest a solution for this. I mean, for people, those who fail to bring up a startup or an innovation, we can actually follow the lines of IIT Delhi. They have a very good deferred placement program, a deferred placement policy, which is if they give you an opportunity to work on your project or your idea or your startup, and if it is not successful within 2 years of the establishment or the 2 years of your passing, then they'll be allowed to sit for the placement after 2 years of their passing out. I'm also attaching a link in the group chat, which is a small blog on this. I think everybody can read it.
Right.
You can send that link in mail also.
Yes, sure.
Well suggested, Niharika. Okay,
Good
we can take one or two comments from the chat box. Ajit sir,
Yes,
do you have
ma'am.
some comments in the chat
Yeah.
box?
One question is from Uday Meda. He asked that, good evening, sir. Some of my friends are asking that, is there any GPA criteria for expressing their creative idea and to develop it and to be a part of Student Innovation Council, cell? Pankaj sir, please.
Okay, Pankaj sir.
Yes, no. Look, the advertisement has already been sent to the students, and we have a GPA criteria for being a part of the core team. Okay, but doing work and coming out with ideas, there is no GPA limit.
Okay, Pankaj sir, I have a question to you. What are the ways through which we can stimulate confidence among our students group?
The confidence actually comes when a student will see the system working, okay, and then they will have the confidence. So I am very much hopeful that whatever we are talking right now, whenever they will come back to the center, to the campus, if they will,
Yes.
they will be able to see that the lab is there in a condition where they can say that there is actual lab is there.
Correct.
Then
Yeah.
they will have confidence. And
So the one
Yes.
who are already there in the lab, they are going to be our brand ambassadors. So
Of
they are going to
course.
spread out the message outside. Yes,
course.
outside the
Yeah,
laboratory, on the campus.
Yes. The only apart from it, the other things I can say that we are actually moving in a right direction, and we are very
Right.
much hopeful that if the students are coming out with good ideas, we will be able to create products and prototypes very soon, because our lab is going to be very good, very nice actually.
We are crossed. Yes, students. All of us are keeping our fingers crossed and very excited to step into the laboratory. Yes, the tinkering lab. Once you're back on campus. Wonderful. Now, very quickly, I would like to take your views, very quick views, okay? What measures should be adopted to boost the startup culture on a campus? Someone said that it's very dormant here. We don't have this, startup culture. It's dormant. We do have, but it's dormant. So what should be done so that we can give, more life and impetus to it?
I would like
I
to
would
answer.
suggest that
Yes.
one thing that been started, it's very nice that student committees are being formed, because whatever admin tries to supply to the students, until and unless we as a student not grab that thing as an opportunity, it will not be spread to wide, our friends. So CII is the thing I really like, that the 5 major positions that has came, those 5 major positions will be playing a major role in upbringing the startup culture in us, because if I am a person there and I'll make my team will spread the message to 50 more students, will be in turns encourage that we have an idea, that let's try it out, whatever the result is, let's love the process of doing it.
Okay,
So
Sanchit, yeah, is it Sanchit?
No ma'am, it's Animesh Shukla.
Animesh, yes. So well pointed out, Animesh. So what are the ways, like once this, the student committee is set up, the CIIE student committee is set up, what are the ways through which the committee would be educating the entire student community on various tools and equipment present in the tinkering lab? So what are the ways, through seminars, talks, what are the ways? I mean, have you ever thought about it? So
Yes,
what is that one way which can
Yes,
really,
ma'am.
appeal the students the most? So how do you disseminate this information?
Ma'am, the important
Yes.
point I would like to emphasize on is that major amount of students in our college have not been visited CIIE at least once. I mean to say, major students doesn't know where the location of CIIE actually is.
Correct.
We have to guide
Yes.
them up. Inside of health center, there's a building called CIIE. Then they remind, okay, we in the college we have CIIE. So point is that the marketing and the exposure of CIIE is not that enhanced. So what my point is to we don't need external personalities to come here and expose it. We just have to internally expose things to our students, that there are ways in which apart from GPA, you can create something very nice. And not you can create very nice, you can collaborate with existing startups and learn something more which can help you.
Okay.
If I may add some.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, hello everyone.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I would like to suggest that the existing senior-junior relationship that we have in our college, that is extremely prevalent and has been very beneficial even in terms of our alumni network. What we can do is suppose a third year or a final year has an idea on a startup, he can actually mentor students from the lower years or his own batch, so that even when he becomes an alumni, he has a network that is in the college, and the students who are actually currently working with that startup, they are still connected with him. And also he can also guide them career-wise, and they have a particular backing, they know how things work. So in this way, we can just have everyone on the same platform.
Correct. So network is very important and collaboration is very important. Now, as
1 minute, ma'am. Students, before saying anything, please mention your name so that we can identify.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Can I add one more point, ma'am? I'm Siddharth, and I would just like to add one more point. Till now, Animesh and Abhinav perfectly stated how we should implement the startup ideas into the students, how we have to integrate the system in the juniors through help of seniors. But the most important thing that we are lacking, I feel that we are lacking in the college, is the culture, the point that Rishik mentioned in the beginning. Right now, we are in a state of mood where people are not even interested in something innovative. So I suggest that first of all, we need to create a massive inspiration in the students.
Who's going to create that?
Yes, ma'am. That is what. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At the big, just a second, please. In the beginning stages, we may not find good inspirations inside our college, ma'am. But as we know, we have a good alumni network. Once if we are able to collaborate properly with them, and if we are directly able to take our student to participate in them, and if we are able to show some success in the students who are in innovative field, after 2 or 3 years, we can directly show our own examples. We'll set our own examples and we'll set our own targets. The college will have its own targets to achieve. So for first few years, I want some inspiration, and after that, whatever Abhinav and Animesh told are perfectly true.
This is a very excellent point. Let me just add a point here. Let me just point out a thing, that the void of interaction that exists between the research associates and the undergraduates. Just let me take an example. Let's take an example that Abhinav needs a project. He is in second year, and Siddharth is a research associate. Now, the only point of consultation or only point of interaction that exists is when Abhinav is in dire need of a project, and now he needs something to write in his CV, and then he approaches a research associate, for example, like Siddharth, and then there exists a point, where a dialogue or a form of discussion exists. And because of the form that people live in this bubble, there is a void that has been created because of this less interaction with these people.
So what I
understand.
Okay, yes, Rishik, continue.
Finish your point.
The thing I would like to add is, like, you can take examples from like IIT Madras or IIT Delhi. Either it be financial startups from IIT Delhi or IIT Bombay, or it be technological startups from IIT Madras. They have labs, or they have places where people can come over and talk about ideas. And the important point is that they work on projects when they do not have a need. They have an idea and they want to work on it. The difference between having a need and having and just having something to write on CV is what differentiates our college from the other colleges that are developing in form of technological startups or financial startups. So the removal of this void of interaction, like a place to interact, is a very important point.
Yeah. So we need. So what I understand from what Rishik has said and what Siddharth, is somebody interested to come in?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Arya. I'd like to add a small point. The last speaker mentioned a very nice point. So I was saying that the void that exists between the student and the research fellows, I have seen this here. The faculties have played a significant role, because for the research projects, students are able to reach out to the faculty much more than they are able to reach out to the research students, PhD students. So if we have a platform where the students can interact with faculties, and faculties can in the next step can tell them to collaborate with some existing PhD student who is working on the project. So we have a platform, we can build a platform in this way.
Right. So what I understand from all the last 3-4 speakers is that we need to have a productive space for establishing connect with a community of enthusiasts who are driven by passion to motivate. So collaboration is very important, right?
Right. If I may add, ma'am.
Yes.
And like
Please
to
go
suggest
ahead.
that we can have a platform like TED Talks, where people with ideas can get in touch with everyone on a monthly basis or so that people who want to bring out ideas, and there are people who have these ideas but they are afraid to come out in public with their ideas because they might feel it's not worth it, they can collaborate, they can talk about it, and if not, then there can be people who can
This is
inspire
also a
them
wonderful,
once out of this
wonderful
field.
idea.
You can put forth the need for the industry and this.
Okay. Now since Professor Dheeraj Kumar, Dean ERA, has joined us, so I would request Professor Dheeraj to shed some light about the functioning of this Naresh Vasishtha Center for Tinkering and Innovation, and also tell us something about the person who actually contributed to this, who has gifted us this wonderful, center. Dheeraj sir.
Thank you, Professor Rajni, and thank to all the students and our associate in innovation, and Ajit and Niranjan. They are there. Sorry, I joined at late hour. You people had lots of discussion. I have missed also discussions. I had to take lots of content from you all, but since Ajit, Pankaj, Rajni, and Ranjan, they are there, I'm quite sure they might have taken all the content, all the suggestions what people have given so far. Yes, we have just begun with this center and begun with CII, and we require cooperation from all our students, particularly our UG students. And this is what directors also have the same sort of vision. Unless until you people get involved in CII, we cannot proceed. We have started global building, and we got some funding from Naresh sir. He is 1966 batch petroleum alumnus, and he has a very big sort of vision for uplifting of innovation culture in the institute. And that's why he has come forward, and we have to have some sort of showcasing in a way that will keep his sort of what you say expectation high. And this Naresh Vasishtha Center for Innovation and Tinkering and Innovation will be basically led by a head, and the head will be Professor Pankaj will be heading this center right now. And this center will be operated by a group of students who will be called as a coordinators. The students will be the prime mover of this center, and this center will be operated in 24/7 basis. There won't be any fund crunch to start with. This is what commitment we have. We have all sort of facilities which are existing in IIT Chennai or IIT Bombay or IIT Delhi in different sections, and we will have section coordinators in terms of faculty in charges. Other than that, we have student coordinators from different disciplines, and these student coordinators they will have to run the centers, and we'll have some sort of technical superintendent who have some knowledge on the equipment, operation of the equipment, and sufficient amount of consumables contingents will be made available. So what basically. So, okay, what I just wanted to tell that we have our UP students, they will be the prime mover of this center, the innovation center, and have to bring the culture of innovation in the campus. And I'm quite sure they will be sufficient enough to propagate the message what basically we want to. and they will have the project support. There are certain students who have academic projects and they are facing some sort of fund crunch and they have some innovative ideas. They can approach to the head of the innovation center, and then it will be a group of person in that center will evaluate your project, and based on some outcome or based on expected outcome in the project, they will sponsor the project, and you will have all sort of facilities available in the center to use with, and in terms of contingent, in terms of consumables, in terms of equipment, and we will try to nurture your ideas. You have a faculty mentor also. You will have a team of person who will support all these innovative ideas of the students, and we also like to protect the IP rights, so that your idea is not getting stolen somewhere else. And then if some prototype is getting developed, so we'll support. If the prototype is getting converted to some sort of commercial product, that also will support with our industrial partners. And certainly, since now we are developing our connects with alumni in a big way, and we have lots of success stories of our alumni, so they will also be party to this innovation center by being mentor. So we'll have a mentor-mentee program. So the moment we have some innovation, we'll try to see that some they will become the mentor and they will support the innovative ideas by mentoring your project.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, sir. Thank you for throwing light on the center and about the way the center would be functioning. And I'm sure the students are very, very excited about the center, the upcoming center. And definitely they'll try to tap all the opportunities available to them to really innovate and create. Now that just coming back to this Mission 2026, now that we are very close to our centenary celebrations, and we are forging ahead with a more like vigor towards innovation under our Mission 2026. So what should be the role of these students in materializing this dream? I mean, how can you play an instrumental role in bringing a positive change in the campus, in terms of creativity, in terms of incubating something, in terms of creating some prototypes? How you're going to be the change makers?
Hello, ma'am. I would like to express my views.
Yes.
And this is Animesh Shukla, ma'am. I would like to say that we are also lacking in business trainings, because as I previously mentioned, and as Sanchit sir has mentioned before, that not every idea is scalable. So we have to taught our students that the idea you are coming up with, is it really solving some problem, and can that thing will be attached to a large number of population, a large amount of population. Because if a solution is connected to only 2 or 3%, it's not a really solution. It's just your idea. So this education should be given to students, that only the idea is not sufficient. You have to come up with a plan, that how you will build the thing, how you will reach to the people, how you will do the groundwork, how you attach to the investors and all sorts of stuff. So this education should come in different seminars, webinars. For example, Sanchit sir has achieved a lot in this field. So Sanchit sir only can give this seminar, because what I wanted to say, that in spite of an external agency, if in our institute only we have students who have something to share, we should encourage that thing first.
Right. Can we take some comments from the chat box, Ajit sir? Ajit sir, is there any comment in the chat box?
No comment is visible, ma'am.
Actually, no comment is there in the chat box, ma'am.
All right. So should we, Pankaj sir, should we close the discussion?
I would like to add over here.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me. Okay,
Yes,
ma'am. This is
yes,
Akshay Jain. Ma'am, the original question you asked was that what impact we can play in the creating the role and increasing the innovation till 2026. So I would relate this to your previous question, that how can the tinkering lab play an essential role, and how will it attract students? So I could say that we can, like, what we can do is we can spread the word that, for example, you can see that now we have the coffee outlet in our library, and we also have a new library. So what word goes within our community and our senior junior relation is that we tend to discuss places, like we'll suggest everyone to study in library, or if you want to have a chit chat, go to the coffee shops, newly developed coffee shops. So we can basically motivate the students to go to tinkering lab to rather discuss their innovative ideas. Like what we basically do is if there's an idea and I would like to discuss it with my senior. So what we usually do is we
Yes.
go to their hostel.
Hello.
But that's not very feasible, and even first year is not even allowed to do that. So making tinkering lab a place where we can discuss out our ideas. We could have conference tables where we could just sit and discuss out our ideas, where irrespective of the time, that it's 12 a.m. in the night or whatever. So I would like to spread this word.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. My
Hello.
name is Rishikesh Raj. I want to put out some points.
Please go ahead.
So basically, the mission 2026. I wanted to tell about that it is still not well advertised among the alumni. So awareness must be spread among them. First of all, about that mission 2026. Actually, today a newsletter was published on our website. The newsletter which was published on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. So I had read that newsletter and I had seen the reach among the alumni. So it was quite reachable. Means many alumni had shared it on LinkedIn, as I also have many connections among the alumni. So which newsletter we have on a quarterly basis, we can turn it into a monthly basis, so that more alumni will be able to reach out through the newsletters. Again, about the innovation cell, we have the motto of Mission 2026 as dream together and build together. So basically, having innovation and taking out our theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge and building something new will obviously add more of the base to this motto. And the previous question, which was actually on the thing that what more things can be done on publicizing or promoting the student innovation, like the Naresh Assist innovation. So basically, we can have more internal hackathons, like the Smart India hackathon, which was there. We can have a pre-inter college hackathon, which will have an entry to that Smart India hackathon. So means like much more promotion and excitement will be there among the students.
Correct.
Basically, I had one more point that we had many centers actually running around 2 to 3 years ago. I was in the website development team, so I had got to know about the centers, which was initially published in the websites of our institute. So basically, these centers are not running now. How can we collaborate these centers with this innovation cell so that it will reach out to more students? Because now currently on our website, we only have a PDF in which there are about some research facilities we have. Other than that, we do not have anything that can reach out to students regarding research facilities.
That's a brilliant thought.
So that we can have something that at least we can publicize that research facilities we have some website page which will tell about the working conditions of the facilities we have, which are working or which are not working, so that the students will get to know that what we can approach on our projects basically.
Okay, Pankaj sir, shall we close it now? Pankaj sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we?
Yes, Ayush Shukla is there. I think Ayush, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Hello. So adding to the point, I think this entrepreneurship and innovation is a long process, and Pankaj sir and members of SARC, we had a meeting a week ago, and we had suggested some points. So I would just like to mention them over here as well. What we had suggested for promoting this innovation and entrepreneurship within the institute is that we, Niharika, has been in touch with various alumni who are involved in entrepreneurship activities, and we are building a community which will eventually pay off in the long run. Also, we had suggested that there should be projects in the very first year for the students, which will, and they shouldn't be a part of the curriculum, rather than they should promote individual thinking and problem solving and product development, so that in the in like second or third year, if a student wants to collaborate with the faculty and do research work, the faculty knows that this student has worked for something in the first year. Also, we will what we'll try is that to bridge the gap of research activities of BTech students and the faculties is that we'll be building a forum where the faculties will put out all the details, all the skills that that will be requiring for a specific project they are working on, and the students approve the faculty.
Wonderful.
So it will be kind of an internal like IIT Bombay and the older IITs, they have a very good structure of projects. They do projects almost every semester under a faculty. So hopefully we'll reach there in 2 to 3 years time. And I would also suggest that we should establish a venture capital fund within the institute to provide easy funding for the startups that will be forming, that will be incubating in the CIIE. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so
excuse me.
Yes, so now we come to the closure of this panel discussion, and this discussion has been very, very fruitful. Your ideas, I'm happy that your ideas favor creativity and novelty, and it prioritizes aesthetics and innovation on campus, and we hope to build up on this. And there are a lot of ideas that you have given us, so definitely we are going to the team, the Associate Dean Innovation is going to closely, jot it down, and of course try to implement most of those. And let's work together, build together our dear ITISM.
One point
with this note to, yes.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to share something.
No, I think the time is over. I wanted to tell just one thing that, look here, in implementing any, realizing any dream needs lots of effort, teamwork, okay? And the team of student is very important here. So we are banking heavily on our students. So they need to come forward and lead the center to its goal. It's not just to manage, it is them to lead the center to its goal actually. So the team is very important. And with this final note, I request everyone to talk to your friends to help us in selecting a very dynamic and sincere team which can run the center to its thoughtful objectives. So, ma'am, now you can give the finishing touch.
Yeah. So, finally, I would say, fare forward, Voyagers. And you have, these days, you have plenty of time on your side. I remember a poem by William Henry Davis, which we had in our standard 8th or so. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows. No time to see when woods we pass, when squirrels hide their nuts in grass. I skip the lines and then it says, no time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. a poor life this is, full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. But in fact, we have plenty of time now. So let us give our time for refashioning ourselves, for recreating ourselves. Fair forward voyagers. All the best and hope to see you soon on the campus. Bye-bye. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.